Hello guys, welcome to Victory Design and welcome to a continuation of our class on variables. So today we are going to talk about variables naming convention. Variables naming convention. Now in my previous class you might be seeing me making use of different names. When I wanted to make it out, look at this now for example, is student. This is a variable name, right? Is student. Of which I don't want to say is student like this. I wrote the students in with the capital letter. Now, when creating variables, it is important to give them meaningful names so that anyone reading your code and even you in the future can understand what those variable names represent. In JavaScript, we typically use what we call camelCase, written as this camelCase, right, for variable names. Now, what does camelCase mean? Camelcase means that if you are writing you are giving a variable any name. After you start with you write them all in small letters. But if you want to write each word, you start with capital letters. Now what do I mean? Let me say I want to give a variable name of boy, for example. Now I start with first of all, name of boy. Now I cannot write this as a variable name because a variable name should not have any space. A variable name should not have any space. It should be joined together, like it should just be one straight word. But I want to name my variable name of boy. How do I then do that? All I have to do is first of all remove the space in between them, which is like first, and then change the first letters of those words. Now the first one must be in small letters, but the next one should be the first letter should be a capital letter, and then the BOY should be in capital letter. Do you understand? So that is basically like you saying the first you want to write name of boy, name of boy, name of boy. First thing you should do is that this name should always be in small letters. That's the first word should be in small letters. And the next one, the first letter should be in capital letters. Alright, capital O. And then this one too should be capital letters, capital B. And then I remove the space. You get guys? And that is how to actually name your variable by using camelCase. Alright. Now, guidelines for naming variables. The first one is that we have what they call the descriptive names, which I just did. Now, descriptive names choose names that clearly describe what the variable holds. Now, I said name of boy means that this variable is holding name of boy, the name of a boy. Do you get? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Even this one said that you have here boy name. This boy name you are seeing here is also a descriptive name because it is the name of a boy, right? So these descriptive names choose names that clearly describe what the variable holds, which I just gave now. Let me say I'm trying to calculate something and I say total amount. So I will say total as a small letter, a capital A for the amount. Do you get guys? So it is also an example of descriptive names. Now the next one is what? Now another guideline is that we should avoid reserved names. What does that mean? It means do not use JavaScript reserved keywords like variable names. Now for example, in JavaScript we have things like objects, right? We have things like objects, we have things like array, we have things like return, we have things like now in JavaScript we have things like console, a console that I see here that we always make use of console. Do you get? We have things that are already reserved, like function, for example. So we should not make use of those reserved keywords, all right? And then, like I said before, start with a letter. Variable names should begin with a letter, all right? Underscore or dollar sign. Now, all the ones I'm making use of, I'm always making use of letters like name of boy and the rest. You can also leave the variable by using an underscore or rather a dollar sign. So I can say that the name of I want to say let underscore boy. See, I'm not getting any error because it is correct. I can name my variable using underscore. Sorry, I can name my variable by starting the naming with underscore. Or I can use a dollar sign. I'll not put dollar sign, dollar sign, sorry, then boy. Now, see guys, that because I already, because my name, this boy I just gave, the first one started with an underscore and this one started with a dollar sign. They are not clashing. You see, there's no error on my code because so JavaScript, there are different variable names because they started with different words, different things, which is underscore and dollar sign. So we have three ways we can actually name our start our variable names. Either you start it with ordinary letter, which is just saying let boy, right? You get, or you can start it with underscore, or you can start it with a dollar sign. So there are the three different ways you can actually name your variable. Alright, and the last thing, guys, is that use camelCase for multiple words, like I just told you already. If you have multiple words, no matter how long it is, although it is not advisable to use long variable names, like maybe you want to write a very long thing like name of boys in the school, name of boys absent in school. You get, I want to say name of boys, which is a very long variable, like let name of boys absent in the university. This guys, it is extremely long and absurd. So it's not advisable to make use of very long names like this. But it is also acceptable because as you can see, there is no error here. But it is not advisable, it is not practical. It is not best practices to do this because it is to make your code very absurd and clumsy. So it's good to always make use of short variable names to make your code neat, alright? But if you don't have a choice and you must, always make sure that they all are written in camelCase, which is you writing each word, the first letter of each word should be in capital letters, alright? So that is also a very good best practice. And the last on the list is that you need to be consistent. That means be consistent in naming your code or your variables throughout your code base. Be consistent. If you are using cons, be consistent in using cons. If you are using let, be consistent. If you are using boy, whenever you want to refer to that boy, always make use of boy. Alright? So before we wrap up, guys, let's go over some best practices that we can use. Alright? Number one, declare variables before use. Always declare a variable before you use them. Don't use them before declaring it. Like what we did here, guys. Like what we did in this var, this var here. Where is it? If you're in my former class, you should know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me just give an example. Let's say, for example, now you want to use say let jump is equal to what? 60 pixels. No, just say 60, for example. And then we'll now say console.log. That is, now us saying console.log is us using this variable name jump. Do you understand, guys? Console.log jump. Do you get? Now we named a variable jump and gave it a value of 60 here, and then we then use this variable jump. Now for best practices, don't do it like this, whereby you first of all you say console.log jump, then you now come under here and then write let jump and declare it. No, always declare it first before calling it out. That means your let should always be before your console. Alright, your let should always be before your console, like this, not after your console. That is just like the ideal way to have a very clear and concise and neat code. Alright, then understand scope, guys. Now that means know the difference between var, let and const. Now while var has function scope and can lead to unexpected behavior due to hoisting, right? Use either let or const. Understand the different scenarios where you should use the both of them. all right, and use descriptive names. If you are trying to write any particular line of code, use variable names that are descriptive. That means those names that will be explaining what that code is doing indirectly. So guys, I encourage you all to practice creating your own variables and using them in simple calculations or experiments, because practice makes perfect. Experimenting with different data types will help you solidify your understanding of all I have taught today. So if you found this session helpful, if you found this course helpful, guys, please like this video, subscribe for more, and share to your friends. Also, feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next class. Happy coding.